Hey all, Ryan here from Planetary Lapidary, and I am on the western shore of Lake Michigan, excuse me, in Kewaunee County, at a beach I call Stromat Beach, because this is the place I found the biggest stromatoporids I've ever found. And that's my goal for today. I want to find a huge stromatoporoid, and I actually brought my UV light. I want to try to find a big uprolite as well, but my main goal is to find a big stromatoporoid. So I'm doing the video from the parking lot here because it's much windier than I thought it was going to be, so I'll try to do my best with sound, but let's get into it. Try to stay out of the wind here. Just found this super nice piece of Favicites, and then you flip it over and it's got a nice cold water pocket with botryoidal in it. Really cool. A little bit of banding around the outside. Been finding a lot of cool fossils, so all right, let's keep going. So a little handful here. I tried to get up out of the wind so you could see and hear me. So the first one is this really cool piece of breccia. Really cool patterns in it all the way through. Red and white, really cool. Then we got this guy, which is just like a perfect Favicites right on the top of this host. It's kind of cool. Kind of a cool piece. And then right next to each other, and I'll try to zoom in here a little bit, was this one. Look at those fine micro bands on there. Stromatoporoid on the bottom, and then awesomely banded cold water pocket all the way around the top. So that one's probably coming home. And then right next to it was this one with this awesomely micro banded pocket underneath stromatoporoid. So that one's probably coming home too. Awesome. All right, let's find some more like that. Just the first little patch of rocks here, just a tiny little patch. Big stromatoporoid here, another one up there. Some right here, another stromatoporoid right there. Nice big layered one, another one right there. Just tons of them here. I don't know why, maybe because it's further north, but it's really cool. Oh, here's a piece of Jacobsville sandstone. It's actually not a bad one. It's got some cool patterns. All right, let's find some more. Okay, first big stromatoporoid contender. A lot of host on this one, but it's got some eyes. Kind of goes through in layers, so it's not totally full. So I'm going to leave it right here. Oh, look at that. Huge piece of Syringipora right here sitting on the rock. Really cool. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one here, see if I can find a bigger one. So I'm at this patch of rocks that kind of goes up a little ways in there, and I've only gotten this far right here. and I just pulled out a whole pile of spermatoporoids just to show you how many are here. All different, you know, silicification, all different matrices. So I'm not going to show you every one I find because there's literally thousands of them here, but I'll show you some really good ones if I find a really good one. All right, let's keep going. So another thing I seem to find a lot of here is this banded chert and mudstone. It's always like this light colored grayish or blue, and then it's got the brown going through it. It's always got these patterns too. It cuts really good, polishes really good. So, all right, let's find some more. Okay, so I see this right here. See how big it is. Oh, look at that one. Nice patterning all the way through, kind of like a peeler. Yeah, that's a contender, but it's still a little small. Really, really cool. All right, let's keep going. Just found this guy. Look at this thing, all the micro seam bands going through the whole thing. Right there. Then all the way through the side, all the way through that side. So that might be one that I take home to slab. It's got a flat bottom, or actually maybe just polish the front up too. That's a really good one. All right, onward. Yeah, there is so much to look here. Like, I didn't even get anywhere near where the big rocks are yet, and I'm like already getting pooped. I'm finding so much. I literally probably found hundreds of spermatoporoids already, and they're all just totally different. It's so cool. Kind of just picking through, you know, finding ones that might be uberlites, and then like going in my coat and seeing in my UV light, but I haven't found one yet. But all right, let's keep going. Okay, so I just found these two. This is the first one. It's kind of just really silicified. It kind of goes all the way through to that side. It didn't have all this host on the back. Maybe I'd take it to cut it, and it could just be skin, but I'm not going to risk it, so we'll leave it. Just a cool one. And then this is probably a contender to come home with me. Look at this guy. It's got a nice bottom on it already. It's got flat faces, like cracked off, yellow and orange and clear. That one might be coming home. A little clear on the back there. All right, onward. Now that is a big piece of Favicites. Look at that. Silicified all the way through the top. Really cool. Couple pockets, couple agatized pockets. Really awesome. Hopefully the sound's okay, but I just walked up on this. Look at that thing. I didn't even touch it yet. Gonna get it wet. Waves. Come on, waves. Woo. All right, let's take a look at this thing. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. Like a betrayal pocket with banding all the way around it. A little bit of banding through the other side, little pocket there. But look at that pocket. That is sweet. That is like a free form on its own. So that is definitely coming home. Alright, so I'm almost to the end of my rocks here, and then I'll probably flip around, check the dry stuff, but I'm getting kind of tired. My eyes are getting a little sore from the wind, but we'll see what we can find. That piece of fossil soup at like 30 pounds, 40 pounds. Awesome. So I realized that I wasn't at the big rock section yet, so I went a little further. Now I'm at it, but right when I got here, right out there, I pulled out this guy. Look at that thing. Totally banded and solidified through the whole thing. I'll try to lift it up with one hand. Ugh. I'd say it's probably about 15 pounds. And look, when I flip it, look at the stump on the bottom and all the layers. This is exactly what I came here for. So that is a super, super win. And I knew they were gonna be here too, so. All right, let's see if we can carry this thing back to this fossil plate. Get all those, I don't know what bryozoans in there, or people call them cladophora, but here's my foot on there. It's like a giant slab of it. That's really cool. I've never seen one this big, I don't think. Awesome. Okay, found another one. Look at this one. Here's my foot. Size 14 foot. Ugh. Tons of host on the bottom, but look at all that layering on there. That's awesome. It's a giant stromatoporoid. Definitely too heavy to bring that one home, and it's not very full, so. All right. So I was digging around in the big stuff again, and look at this. This is probably like, there's my size 14 foot. This is probably like a 30 or 35 pound solid piece of jade coral. Like, it is throughout the entire thing, all the way around. I can't even turn it with one hand. Oh, flip it. Look at that. All the way through the entire piece, pretty much. Like, that is definitely the biggest chain I've ever seen in my life. That is crazy. Too bad I don't have a giant saw to try to carry that thing back. Alright, so we're almost back to the car. I did keep some stuff. I kept that monster, so I'll get that thing cleaned up. But I'll get everything cleaned up when I get home, and then I'll show you what I got. I am home. I got everything cleaned up, and I did have to whittle it way down because I did find that huge stromatoporoid, this guy right here. So it's got layers all the way through, and then if you tip it, you could even display it like that with the eye in there with all the layers coming up the side. So it's exactly what I wanted. So basically what I'll do is I'll just vigorously clean this thing, clean all the dirt out of it so it's as clean as it can possibly be. Then I'll probably soak it in like mineral oil for like a couple weeks and just make sure that it's just in every little crack and crevice, and then rinse it off good, and it'll be good to go. Just a nice huge stromatoporoid like display piece. So then on to the rest of the stuff. So then this guy, you remember, this had those kind of cold water seams going out throughout the whole thing, and it kind of goes around the side too, on both sides. So I haven't decided yet, but I could cut it this way and get a bunch of little slabs and probably be good, or I could just cut this thing right in half and get a big square piece off the end. I don't know what I'll do yet. Then we got this guy, which I don't know if I took a picture of or not, but it's got a cool little I'm thinking gastropod shell in there. So that's really cool, and it's got a little kind of eye above it. Just a cool little unique piece that I figured I would keep. Then I did find my Euperlite. You know, I wanted to find at least one. It's not a big one and it's not a great one, but I did find one. So I'll show you in the UV in just a minute here. And then last but not least, so this is what the backside looks like. You got a little pocket there, a little there, just limestone chert. And then boom. Just a big old pocket in there, Jersey pocket, and then this agate pocket that just goes all the way through. It looks like a dripping eye. It almost is a perfect freeform stance already, so I'll probably just grind the bottom of this thing flat and just have it as a freeform just like that, because it just looks so cool. All right, so let me get the UV stuff set up and I will show you what it all looks like in the UV. All right, so let me get the light off here. And I'll hit this stuff with the UV. First of all, we'll do that Euperlite. So like I said, not a totally awesome one, but still good enough, I think, to get slabs. It's a perfect shape. And it's got a lot of sodalite throughout there, so that's not a bad one. And actually, when you look at this guy, you can see that impression way better underneath the black light. So that's really cool. This one you can kind of tell, you can always tell the little cold water seams kind of have like an orange, like a light orange tint to them. So you can see where all the seams are kind of going through that one. You know, other side too. And then you can really tell on this one. And, you know, once you get in there, you can kind of, underneath the black light when it glows orange, you can see how many bands are actually around the outside. And it goes all the way in there, all the way through. And then that little part on the back even glows that little light orange. And then we got the big monster, which you can see everywhere where it's orange basically is where it's totally silicified like that. So all the way around, all the way through the top, it's just really cool. So definitely one of the better hunts I've ever had. I think I probably found more fossils than I've ever found before out there. So that was really cool. So, all right, if you like this video, leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for some close-ups at the end, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.